Ruthless, my style is a juvenile. Ran with a gang, slanged in the meanwhile, banking. I specialize in ganking.
Alright you guys, what's going on? So it's been a minute. Today I'm gonna go over a full Kswap build sheet. I no longer have my blue Integra. I have a new Integra, which is Kswap. I did everything myself, swapped subframes, wheels, suspension, everything. Interior, everything. It's getting redone. The car is getting painted right now. Yeah, I'm going over a full build sheet. If you think this video is a flex or something, you should probably click off of it because I'm not here to flex. I'm here to inform because this is my first ever motor swap. It's coming out beautiful. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the big things, kind of in sections and work our way down. Try to keep it simple in kind of the area. People are K-swapping everything, so I just figured out to make the video. This is the updated 2023. I don't know, I don't have everything on my build sheet, but I'll try my best to keep the price kind of updated. I'll insert pictures for a couple things so I could be a little bit more specific on certain items, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion. There's some things up here that I do plan on replacing, but everything up here works. If you want a running K-swap, this is what you need. So we're gonna start off big. The motor. The motor is a K24a from a JDM depot. So you can go to any type of JDM depot and pick these motors up. What I recommend is you take the valve covers off, make sure that the motor turns over. You can put a 19 socket on the crank and just spin it. Make sure it spins freely. Take the valve covers off, see what it looks like on the inside. You see metal shavings. Is it super dark? Is it light? 1010 I paid for the motor. For the inside of the motor, I put an RVC cam gear on the intake cam. What you have to do is you have to put a pin in it because it's a 50-degree cam gear. I put a 5-degree pin in it so it can only go to 45, and the gear itself ran me 80 and the pin ran me 20, so $100 altogether. A lot of people, I guess, see a difference with the RBC cam gear, so that's why I did it. Also, what you have to get, it is a Type S oil pump of an RSX Type S. I picked the kit up for $230, and that came with the baffle, the guides, the cam chain, the pump. I bought that used on Facebook. Just make sure when you do the Type S pump, you have to plug a bolt or you'll run into big problems, no oil pressure, and you'll be left back in the game. Sticking on this side, number one thing, any K-swap in any Honda, you need a CRV post mount. This is necessary. There's no dodging it. So this mount right here, you can get it for $20 on eBay. That's where I got mine from. Next thing on the kind of the motor side of things, you need a water pump housing. I spent $120 on the water pump housing, which is this piece that I painted wrinkled black. This is necessary for the K-swaps because you need to mount either your EP3 idler pulley or your AC power steering delete, which is what I have. The AC power steering delete kit, I got this whole as a kit, including the belt, from JACKSPANIA Racing, and I got that from JACKSPANIA Racing for $98. Did me super good. At first it was kind of getting loose, it kept getting loose, it kept squealing. I even had the belt fall off of me while I was driving, but it doesn't do that no more. For $98, I'll definitely highly recommend you get it. And also one other thing, whenever you do this water pump housing, make sure you get that brand new O-ring. I spent $13 on an OEM O-ring. This will save you a lot of time because if your water and oil start mixing, it's not good at all. And also get a new water pump housing, which is what I got. I got that for, I want to say $25 off of eBay. Super crispy, super good. Also, staying on this side, what you need is motor mounts. Right now I'm running Kswap motor mounts, HASPORT motor mounts. I got them on Black Friday, so they are cheaper, but I know they're really high. These are dual height, so they got a K24 setting, K20 setting. It comes with this mount on this side, a back T-bracket, all the hardware to go with the motor. I got all the motor mounts for $549. Got them on Black Friday. I highly recommend you just go ahead and get these. There are different options. There's eBay mounts that people use. All right. Now, moving on to the intake side of things. I got the RBC intake manifold. You find these for anywhere between like $300 to $400. I even think there's an option to get them brand new, but I got this on Facebook Marketplace for $220. It didn't come with the gasket, which I got a thermal gasket. I got the throttle body gasket for $48, and this is a K-tuned one. So it's a thicker piece of plastic. That was it for the intake manifold and the gasket. Next, JACKSPANIA Racing. I got the whole fuel kit, which came with the fuel rail, all of the lines, they're super nice lines, fuel pressure regulator, and the fuel filter, and the lines that go with that. I got all of that for 197 bucks. Yeah, I know that this is a lot, so I'm just gonna keep it kind of listed. I'm even gonna put a list in the description of everything you need, literally pinned out for literally a whole checklist. So if you're doing this build yourself and want it just like mine, you could just copy it, and just make sure you get all of those items and you'll be Gucci. Now, map sensor, TPS, throttle body, throttle cable, intake. Intake, I spent 130 bucks on, got it on eBay. Damn right. TPS, I don't have this in my checklist, but I'll make sure I insert the price. I believe I spent 30, 15, and I think 28 for this. Super good deal. The throttle cable, I know there is stock options that you can go with, but I decided just to get a Kswap one. The throttle body, I bought this used for 60 bucks. Not used, but the person wasn't using it, so I got it off of someone on Facebook for 60 bucks. The next thing, last thing on the intake side is this temp sensor adapter right here that goes into the RBC, so you could put a B series temp sensor into it. And these sensors go, I don't know the exact price, but I'll insert the correct price and the correct total at the end. But stepping onto the cooling side of things, radiator, your hoses, which my bottom hose, I just used an Integra stock hose and just made it work. I cut it. The upper radiator hose, this is a JACKSPANIA Racing upper hose. I spent 45 on this. The radiator, I bought this used. I bought the radiator for 85, so it was a B series one, I believe, on a DENSO. So the little flange things got cut and re-welded on this side for a Kswap. So I got this for 85, this for 45. The bottom one came with my B swap, so you just have to go figure that out. The upper water neck, which came with all the gaskets, I got for 45 bucks off of JACKSPANIA. A lot of things came from JACKSPANIA just because they were cheap. That's it for the intake side of things, the throttle body side of things, the cooling side of things, the motor side of things for now. Stepping into the transmission. This is an RSX Type S transmission I got off of Instagram, actually. So I bought it used off of someone. They replaced all the worn parts in it. Yeah, it was a pretty good transmission. I made sure it shifted through all the gears, and I bought the transmission for 900 bucks. I had to drive 3 hours for it, but it was worth it because it was coming from a reputable person. Whenever you go with these transmissions, you're gonna need a manual flywheel and bolts. So I got it in the car, an XTD clutch. So I got the flywheel bolts. They're ARP bolts. I spent 90 bucks on that. And on the, so for the clutch and flywheel, I spent 182 bucks, which is stage 3. This little bracket right here, which is what you need for your shifter cables, I spent 20 bucks on that. What else? The slave cylinder, which I just got a Type S one. I spent 35 bucks on that, and it didn't come with the line. I can't exactly remember how much I got the line for, if you can see it coming back through. Yeah, don't remember how much I got the line for, but I just inserted it. If I had to guess, I want to say I spent maybe 10 bucks. Oh, one last thing. You're gonna need a manual starter. You're gonna need a manual starter, and for the starter, I paid, yeah, the starters are abundant. They're super cheap on eBay too. All right, so that's it for the transmission side of things. There's a couple things that I did not have to pay for, so I'm gonna throw them in there because you do need it. And that's you need USDM cam sensor bolts. You need a K20 knock sensor, which it goes all the way down there on the bottom. And you need a VTEC sensor, which you can go to any junkyard and get the stuff for, or you can buy them brand new for like 25 bucks on Amazon. These JDM motors, they come with like Japanese connections on them, so you need to switch them over in order for your Kswap harness to work. That's what we're getting into next, is the harness. The charge wire, which goes from my starter to my battery, I got that from O'Reilly. Spent way too much on it, spent 30 bucks on it. The wire harness, I got this also off of JACKSPANIA. Super good harness, and it works super cheap. I got that for 320 bucks, and I've had no issues with it. Just make sure you do your grounds right and you'll be Gucci. Super good harness, highly recommend. Highly recommend you also get spark plugs. That's gonna run you about 70 bucks on the plugs. Super duper important is the grounds. I got a hybrid racing ground kit. You can get that ground kit, the Kswap ground kit, I got for 52 bucks off of hybrid racing. So now we're gonna go to the inside of the car, the stuff that you don't see that you need. Number one, this is mandatory. You need a KPRO ECU. So I sent this one up to VA and got it chipped. It took literally a week. You can either mail it off and it takes forever, or I took it to someone who is a specialist in KPRO, you could say. But yeah, you need an ECU. I spent 120 bucks on the actual core ECU, and the KPRO costed me 825 bucks, which is super good. I mean, it only took a week. Next thing, you need a shifter setup. I went for the hybrid racing no cut shifter, which came with a complete kit. It was a no cut shifter and the cables. That right there, that ran me 692 bucks. I got that on Black Friday, so it was a little cheaper. Shifts super smooth. Something that you can't see that I do have in here, it's a conversion harness. You need it. The conversion wire harness, I got that for 191 off of hybrid racing. Yeah, you need it. Super simple. It's another wire harness for inside the cabin. You can't see it. I got it all tucked up in there. Another thing which you cannot see is 02 to 04 RSX Type S O2 sensor. That O2 sensor I got from O'Reilly's, 180 bucks. Yeah, super high, but you need it for the inside. Just remember, KPRO, conversion harness, shifter cable, your Gucci. Two other things that you're gonna need that I completely forgot. Your choice of headers. I got the headers for 175 bucks. They were super good headers. Another thing that I did buy, which you don't have to buy, this is strictly for glam, but I was missing a lot of the bolts for my swap, and I just figured I'd just go out and buy a whole kit. The DOWNSTAR bolt kit, super nice bolt kit. I need to polish it up, but you can see everything is literally DOWNSTAR in the car. For the DOWNSTAR hardware, paid 612 bucks for it. Like I said, that's personal preference type shit. So if you wanted to look super nice and you like the DOWNSTAR, the whole billet look, go ahead and get it. This is very important. Completely forgot this. So this is for the cooling system, but you need that swivel neck, which is right here, pointing at it with my pinky. It's down on the bottom. You need that for your K-Swap. You need that swivel neck. That swivel neck I got from JACKSPANIA. It was 36 bucks, and yeah, works perfectly fine. The thing that's in it right now, that plug, is for the fan, so it just tells my fans when to cut on. The fans, those are actually Amazon fans, not gonna lie. They're not SPAL fans or anything. And I can't remember how much I got them for, but I'll just put them up. The alternator, I can't remember if I included that, but the alternator ran me, I want to say 150 bucks. I had to turn in a core. I had to turn in a core alternator, which was my K24a one. So I got the 0204 R6 Type S alternator for 150. That was the full K-Swap, everything that you need to go K. Like I said, if you want everything like mine, you could just go off of this. I put in the description just everything that you need to go K-Swap, literally the list, bullet points. So if you want to screenshot it and mark it out as you buy it, go ahead and do it. Eventually these things are just going to go up in price even more, so I'm kind of glad I did it now before things go up even more than they were. This is literally everything to go K, from the motor down to the hardware. Make sure you guys follow me on all my socials, TikTok, Instagram, not Facebook, but yeah, follow me on everything. And more Integra videos to come, ATV videos to come. I want you to destroy the like button, like stab it, shoot it, kill it, do whatever you got to do to the like button. And yeah, subscribe. All my haters, you can comment if you want, but just comment. Love y'all. Peace.